Iran-Israel ceasefire news live updates. It was my great honor to destroy all Iranian nuclear facilities, says Trump. Israel-Iran conflict news live updates amid ongoing tensions in West Asia. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has asserted Iran's commitment to the ongoing ceasefire, saying that the country will not violate it unless Israel does so first, according to media reports. However, despite a ceasefire announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump, explosions were reported in Tehran on Tuesday. After the U.S. destroyed Iranian nuclear sites on June 22, Iran responded strongly, launching airstrikes targeting America's Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar on Monday night around 10 p.m. IST, triggering closures of airspaces in several Gulf countries. Explosions were heard over Doha after Iran reportedly launched 6 missiles to target the U.S. military base in the region. Iran state media has said the ceasefire has been imposed on Israel following the successful attack by Tehran's forces in Qatar. Tensions flared up in West Asia after Israel launched attacks on Iran on June 13, triggering destruction and casualties in both nations. The conflict was further compounded by the United States strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Reacting to the USS Midnight Hammer operation against it, Iran said it will remain firm in developing its nuclear sector. U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday compared the American strikes of Iran to the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, stating that something similar took place with Tehran. I don't want to draw parallels with Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but it's essentially something similar that ended that war. And this ended this war, Trump said at the NATO summit in The Hague. Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, said on Tuesday that talks between the United States and Iran were promising and that Washington was hopeful for a long-term peace deal, Reuters reported. The ceasefire brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump between Israel and Iran appeared to be holding on Wednesday, a day after the two warring nations agreed to end the fighting, Reuters reported. U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday said that Israel will release a report confirming the total obliteration of the Iranian nuclear site. He said that the Israeli personnel were on the site after the American airstrikes on 3 nuclear facilities. He said that they confirmed the obliteration of the site. Iran-Israel ceasefire news live updates. The Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran in New Delhi on Wednesday expressed gratitude to the people of India for their solidarity during what it described as military aggression by Israel and the United States. The Iranian embassy tweeted, on the occasion of the Iranian nation's victory in the face of military aggression by the Zionist regime and the United States, the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran in New Delhi extends its heartfelt gratitude to all noble and freedom-loving people of India. Iran-Israel ceasefire news live updates. U.S. President Donald Trump and NATO Chief Mark Rutte spoke to media during NATO Leaders Summit in The Hague on Tuesday. Hailing America's Operation Hammer, President Donald Trump said U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites were a perfect operation. Trump stated Iranian nuclear program has been pushed back, adding, "I don't think they'll ever do it again." Israel-Iran News Today live updates. U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday said the ceasefire between Iran and Israel is going well. Upon being asked about reports that Iran may resume uranium enrichment following recent strikes, Trump said, "We will not allow that militarily." Israel-Iran News Today live updates. Trump has rejected the media reports suggesting America's strikes on Iran didn't destroy nuclear sites, saying they hit the target perfectly, wiped it out. In a post on Truth Social, U.S. President Donald Trump disputed reports that an early U.S. intelligence assessment suggests strikes targeting Iran's nuclear facilities did not destroy core components of its nuclear program. Iran-Israel ceasefire news live updates. Following the ceasefire deal, the Iranian authorities have nabbed at least 700 suspects who are accused of having ties with Israel during its 12-day conflict with Israel, news agency Reuters reported. Iran-Israel war news live updates. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has termed the ceasefire with Iran as a historic victory, saying it will be remembered for generations, as Israel removed 2 immediate existential threats: a nuclear threat and a ballistic missile threat. Iran-Israel ceasefire news live updates. After ceasefire came in effect between Iran and Israel after 12 days of hostilities, India on Tuesday welcomed the move but reiterated its concerns about sustained security and stability in West Asia. Israel-Iran war news. Live. Some local Iranian media suggested that authorities in Tehran defused 2 unexploded missiles which landed near Evin prison in the city during an Israeli strike the day before. Israel-Iran conflict news live updates. Iran's Atomic Energy Agency IAEA has asserted that its nuclear work will not stop despite the destruction caused during conflict. IAEA said, Iran's nuclear program will resume without interruption and we are ready to restart enrichment. Our program will not stop. An Iran-Israel war news live updates reacting to the destruction caused in Iran by the US. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has said that enemy has failed to achieve its sinister goals including its nuclear facilities. Israel-Iran news today live updates after announcing ceasefire between Iran and Israel. US President Donald Trump said it was my great honor to destroy all nuclear facilities capability, and then stop the war. Latest blogs.